What does a typical day look like living in Hong Kong? I'm an ex-professional athlete turned content creator and entrepreneur, and I've been living in Hong Kong for the last 5 years. There are some things about living in Hong Kong that are very, very unique to this place and very different to living in other areas of the world, and we'll take more of a look at these later. Some good, some bad. So I'm going to take you through what my day looks like, and I'm going to compare it to what I think a typical day looks like for the average person living here in Hong Kong. So I start the day at 5:45 and I head straight to the gym or out for a run, depending on what I've got programmed for the day. At the moment, I'm doing 4 gym sessions a week and 4 runs a week. So it's quite tiring, but it's super important for me to get 1 session in the morning before I go to work.
Good morning, guys. We're down at my favorite place in Hong Kong, Happy Valley. Now it is about 6 a.m. or 10 past 6 probably. Now what I love about this place is that whatever time of day you come down here, there's always people here training, exercising, moving, talking, just going on walks with friends, being active. You're never the only person down here, which is, I think it's pretty cool. And this is one thing I've noticed about living in Hong Kong, is that people are generally very active. Even you look around, I don't want to sound discriminatory here, but lots of old people still out there moving, doing these kind of Tai Chi things and just getting after it. And I really, really respect it and love it. And also, what's not to love? We're in a super dense city, and this place is a very big open space right in the middle where people can come down and exercise free of charge. Just a good vibe. Really, really like it.
And I love the fact that being older here is not a cause for not being active. So this morning for me, I was running 9 kilometers at a pretty slow pace. And even those types of runs are incredibly difficult in the Hong Kong summer. The temperature reaches up to 35 degrees Celsius and it's averaging around 80 to 100% humidity every single day.
Can I please get a iced Americano to have in? Yeah.
Stay here, sir.
Yes, please.
Anything else?
That's it for now, thank you.
A lot of people in Hong Kong have your typical office jobs, as it's a business and financial hub, not just in Asia, but in the world. And I would say that Hong Kong is a place of huge opportunity for career progression, no matter what industry you're doing. And it's also a great place for networking. I like to think that you're only one connection away from someone who can seriously open some big doors for you. And I think it's for that reason that people are always happy to go for a coffee or a beer with even random people.
My morning is consisting of
A coffee meeting at this lovely coffee shop. It's called Soft Thunder, and it's one of my favorite people watching spots. It's in a place called Wan Chai, which is on Hong Kong Island. And when I do have meetings, I try and make them here. So this is why I like this spot so much. This is the people that I'm currently being a weirdo about and watching. But it's nice just to watch the world go by slowly. Yeah, my office is pretty close to here anyway, so maybe this isn't normal, but a lot of people will do this around Hong Kong. There's so many different coffee shops to explore, and as much as possible, if I can't take them in my office, which also has a amazing barista and amazing views, I'll try and go to a local coffee shop. I don't really like the big Starbucks and everything here, because there's so many good small coffee shops to explore in Hong Kong. But I've got an hour now where I'm going to crack on with some work before my meeting actually starts and we kick off the day. So I'm going to do some editing, maybe do a bit more filming, and yeah, just thought I'd show you. Iced Americano. In the Hong Kong summer, this is the go-to order. You know when it starts getting cold in winter, because that's when the coffee orders start changing. It's 35 degrees, it's 100% humidity. I'm still kind of sweating from my run this morning. So we've gone for the iced Americano. Right, I'm going to crack on with some work. For me, I work in a co-working space called the Executive Centre. So I feel like I have my own office when really I share the office with hundreds of other people. But it's really important for me to have a space outside of my home where I can go to work effectively. Most people have their company's office to work in, but since I just work for myself and I don't have any employees yet, I spend large portions of my day completely alone. So it's nice to be around other people in a work environment, even if we're not working together. Typically, people's days are quite structured, where they'll start and finish at the same times every day, as it's baked into their employment contracts. But what I will say from my experiences from working in Hong Kong and at Hong Kong-based companies is the work culture here is very, very different to other places in Europe especially. It can be really intense and sometimes, in my opinion, not the most productive. People would often stay late in the office to give the impression of working hard, when in reality, they're not really getting anything done. Again, these are just my experiences and my opinions, and these are not generalizations. I cannot speak for every Hong Kong-based company.
It is coming to the end of the typical workday now, and that varies place to place, but in Hong Kong, I would say that the typical workday is around 9 till 6:30 is an average. Obviously there's room for change there. My job I used to work at, the job I quit 6 months ago, was 9 till, well, sometimes very, very late. And the work culture here in Hong Kong can be very intense. I would say other European countries have more of an emphasis on work-life balance. But here it is quite an intense work culture where people will stay late in the office. Whether that's good or bad, it's to be decided. And I'm sure it's very subjective. But for me, that is a culture I kind of wanted to get out and was very excited about getting out. I definitely work harder now and I work more hours now, but it's working on stuff that I actually want to work on and working on my own business, my own content, which I love. So I do end up working weekends, I do end up working most nights. I put myself in this position and I wouldn't have any other way. So I left the office at around 5, and what I do when I have double training days is I'll try and get to the gym in non-peak hours. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm heading to the gym in Wan Chai because the peak hours in the gym tend to be lunchtime and past 6 p.m. because that's when most of the office workers will come, obviously, because that's when they're off work. You can see all around me how bustling Hong Kong is. There's always something going on. These little restaurants, cafes, apartment buildings. Look at this. Look how intense that is. Oh, always amazes me looking at these apartment buildings in Hong Kong, to think that there are lives behind each of these windows, that you've just got no idea what's going on. I digress. Right, I'm going to get in the gym, get this session done, and then I will check in with you at home for the evening stint. Hello. Here we go. Let's fucking get it.
So this is a very typical evening for me since I started working for myself. The positive for working for a big company is that it is a bit easier to switch off after work hours. But honestly, I find it really, really difficult to do that these days. Which is not a problem for me because I really love it. But I need to remember that I'm not the only one making that sacrifice. And I need to make sure that I make time for my wife, for my friends, for my family. It's very important.
Evening, guys. Let me get into frame. So we're back at the house. Good gym session, eaten, showered, freshened up. But I wanted to share something exciting. Obviously I'm doing a day in the life for me, a typical day in the life, but also trying to explain more about sort of life and culture here in Hong Kong and what people normally do on a day to day. But actually today was a big day for me in my, I don't know, making progress, whatever you want to call it. I launched my first product. How do I explain this best? In the last kind of 2 months, I've been building behind the scenes my own website, which I've obviously never done before, which has been quite tricky, but I've done it. It's quite cool. I'm very proud of myself. You guys might think it sucks, but I'll leave it down below. You can give me some feedback and some comments if you want. But also I've been building a digital product, which is trying to give as much value as I possibly can based off what I think I'm actually really good at. What is that? Well, that's my discipline, my routine, my goal setting, all the things that have got me to where I am today and things that I've achieved in my past, whether it was playing professional rugby, growing the podcast, growing an audience of over 100,000 people now across channels, The Shred, as you've seen,
getting in good shape, staying in good shape. All these things, even though they're very different, they require a certain level of discipline, accountability, goal setting, frameworks, which once you know how to do them and they're ingrained in you, they kind of become second nature. You still need to work on them, but I work on them every single day, as you see from my content. And I wanted to build something for free and give it away for free, which was of genuine value. And tonight was the release of that, which I was really nervous for. And I'm gonna show you something which is quite cool. I'm gonna show you what my emails look like. So this is basically that was my emails, and every time I get a new email, it's from my website saying that someone's put a new order in, and what that means is that someone's downloaded my product. You know, I'm not making any money off it or anything, but it's just a really cool feeling. It's something that I've worked super hard on to get to this stage, and it all comes from, you know, quitting my job 6 months ago, taking a leap of faith and betting on myself. And I don't know, it's just cool to see these notifications come in, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'll leave a link for it down below if you do want to go download it and check it out for yourself. I do stand by it. I do think it's a very good goal setting framework and accountability framework that I use myself. Check it out down below. Feel free to click the link if you do want to get your own copy. It's a very chilled evening for me. Well, I say that actually, it's not actually that chilled. I'm waiting for my wife to get home so we can catch up. But I'm preparing for a podcast tonight, as I mentioned earlier. I think I've got a recording with the founder of the Enhanced Games, which is the Olympic Games for enhanced and juiced up athletes. I'm so grateful that he's agreed to come on my podcast. He's done a 2.5 hour podcast with Joe Rogan on Joe Rogan Show, and he's coming on Abnormal. So very happy and very prepared for it as well. So I've got lots of interesting questions that I want to ask him. But anyway, that's it for this segment. Just wanted to share some thoughts, some evening thoughts whilst I'm alone at home. Share some gratitude, because it's been one of those nights where I'm feeling very grateful for all of you. So thank you. So that's what a typical day looks like here in Hong Kong. These are all my own experiences and my own opinions. I cannot speak for anyone else. If you do live in Hong Kong, let me know down in the comments if I've missed anything out. And also, if you don't live in Hong Kong, let me know where you're from and how this day differs to your typical day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.